Hello, and thank you for joining me. You may be wondering why we've got our two friends here and what's the deal with this cardboard, and we will get to it. This week's book has been S.C. Gwynne, His Majesty's Airship, and it's a good read. Well researched. It's a very interesting story involving the development of two British airships and the disaster befell one of them. And I learned a lot, not only the sort of his story about how the story of sort of hubris. A particular man wanted to make an impression on a woman, and I think a lot of us know from both sides of the coin the level of stupid that men will go to impress a lady. I recall visiting my boys' preschool after they had aged out and seeing the 4-year-old boys showing off for the 4-year-old girls, and the 4-year-old girls just don't even care. But I think they were aware. Anyway, for me, what I got a lot of it, yes, the case study of bad decision making and how that happens is, I think, helpful. But there's a lot about how airships really work and the engineering difficulties, and how the Hindenburg had a capacitance because the skin was separated from the frame, and there's this dialectic going on. One of these days I'm going to make a capacitor out of wax paper and aluminum foil. But I didn't know that much about airships, and learning about how, yes, by moving forward they're actually creating lift, that they had a tendency to do this as they went along. Yikes. That they're using water as ballast, and they would release ballast because as you burn your fuel for your forward motion, you're changing weight. Not to mention, if it rains, you get heavier, and then a whole bunch of other complex things. So it brings a lot of that in a very accessible way. So it's a good read. It's a good story. You can learn a lot about it. Right. What's the story with these guys? So, in the land of I don't have enough to do, surely, I'm very interested in getting involved in 1/6 photo stories, G.I. Joe and all that. And before even reading this book, I started thinking about building some airplanes. And this is a cardboard mock-up of a biplane I want to build. And we're going to repurpose some of this to create these two aviatrix who are having adventures and such. We don't know if they're friend or foe, and that's part of the storyline. And then Major Boost Boy here is going to be working with the adventure team to develop some high-tech vehicles and some other good stuff for them. So hopefully, completely different project. Obviously, we're going to see photo stories with these guys, and need to really lean into some, like, how to solve woodworking problems and problems with wood. And so there's like two other branches going on. Right. Welcome to my world. A true 1/6 scale model, not a realistic proposition, but using the convention of many vehicles and buildings in 1/6 scale, it might be possible to bring things down to 6 to 8 feet long and create a really neat play resource. Particularly if we envision G.I. Joe in a 1930s setting, and it had the idea about how some molds could be used to build the frame. Hey, let's circle back to the book for one more thought. He does mention in this book that Sir Peter Mansfield's To Ride the Storm is a really key book on this. And in a world of, not this time, Satan, I'm not going to buy that book, even though you probably would learn a lot about, it's 500 pages, the airship and all the technical stuff, because I just don't feel the need to drop $200 or so on yet another book. I think I'm covered. Right, so that time I mean it. Thank you very much for joining us. Take care.